Ron, how did you find carnivore?
Well, Dave, I was researching how to improve my health some 25 months, 26 months ago, mainly because I was to have a half knee surgery. And I came across carnivore just by scrolling on YouTube. And what I needed to do, or what I thought I needed to do, was to drop my weight considerably because I wanted to recover fast. So on the 20th of May back in 2024, I thought, well, I'll give this a 30-day trial. And yeah, so I went 100% into it, just no transition in, just went 100% carnivore. And within a week, I felt, gee, I can feel my weight dropping and my waistline receding. So I went and bought a set of bathroom scales because I live on my own in my truck called the Pathfinder. And sure enough, I had begun to lose weight. So that gave me the encouragement. I didn't need to do a 30-day trial. I thought this is just me for the rest of my days. And within that month before my surgery on my knee, I'd lost probably a good part of 15 kilograms. So I had my surgery on the 25th of June 2024. And within a month, I had recovered well enough to travel to the US to go to a SAWS conference that we're involved in. And I did have to take crutches with me when I went to the US, but I never used them. And going through some of those US airports, it was quite a long walk from one aircraft to the next. So yeah, and so my recovery was really fast. And now it has recovered to the fact that it's 100% improvement. And once I got back to 100% improvement, I purchased a little pup to keep me concentrating on walking every day to keep my fitness up. So yeah, in that period of time, I've come down from a size 38 waist to a size 31. My weight has come down 20 kilograms. It's been stable since October last year. Completely stable, and I'm just committed to continuing on. I intermittent fast, so I'll have a breakfast slash lunch around about 11 a.m. in the morning, and then I'll have a meal. It's just a steak or whatever at about 6 o'clock at night, and that's it. That's all I need to do. So I never feel hungry. I feel satiated all the time. I think I could go longer without eating, but I just have a habit of doing what I do. And
Wow.
my health has improved to the extent that prior to at the start, I was running what I call the high side of excellent. My blood pressure was quite high, and now my blood pressure has returned to normal, and I take no medication at all for I take no medication for any health issues. Mm.
Right. Wow. And sorry, Ron, how old are you?
I'm only 74.
Right. Wow.
Mm.
And no meds. What does your doctor think about all this?
Well, the doctor's not really. Well, as I said some time ago, I sacked my doctor in 2002, and so I only go. I've got to go to the doctors again because to keep my heavy traffic license to drive trucks, I have to have my license renewed here before February next year. So I've got to make an appointment to go and get a medical just to present when I go and get my driver's license renewed. But I just don't go to the doctors at all. I've got no need to go. Mm. No need
Right.
to.
So for you, when you first started in that first week to first 30 days, um, you felt like, okay, I'm losing weight. This is going well.
Mm.
Was there any other indication that things were improving? Like, was your sleep getting better or anything like that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, my sleep. I'll sleep 7 hours of a night, no problem at all. And I don't need any more than that. I can at my age, I'm still working 70 hours a week. I run a fertilizer company that we have about 14, 15 employees, um, consultants, and I just travel around to where my work is. So I've spent the last 2 weeks just visiting clients in the southern part of the North Island, and the next week I'm going north to Northland to go and talk to clients, etc. So yeah, it's so clarity of thought, blood pressure returned to normal, just feeling much better in myself, and and the fact that my weight has remained stable is brilliant, because everyone thought, oh, you'll just keep losing weight and and that'll be the end of you. But no, it's just really a good lifestyle. I don't like to call it a diet; it's a lifestyle. It's just a way of life that uh, you end up with much better and much healthier um, way of life. I watched the that carnivore nurse, and she coined the phrase, um, "We don't need more doctors and nurses. What we need is healthier people." Mm.
Definitely. Um, I guess because you're traveling around most of the time, that probably carnivore helps with that. Like it's not as much drama with making food and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. My lifestyle is easy and a zero waste. Uh, you know, because I've got good fridges on board, and it's just so easy. Yeah, and I'm on my own, so preparing and having a meal is just so easy. Mm.
Can you talk a little bit about your business? You mentioned soil.
Yeah. Yeah, so our company is called Kiwi Fertilizer Company Limited, and we practice what's called the Albrecht-Kinsey system of soil fertility. So all of the soil plugs that we pull from our clients' properties, whether it be dairy farm, sheep and beef, horticulture, the kiwi fruit, avocados, citrus, wine grapes, etc. All of our soils go across to a laboratory in Missouri, in the USA, where they're analysed, and then when we get the results back by email, we then make up a, a recipe or to correct what's missing. And the biggest thing that's missing in New Zealand soils, and probably soils globally, is calcium and magnesium. And what we've got to do is get the calcium and magnesium into balance, what we call getting into balance, and that's the cations in the soil. And we build the house for the biology, and then the biology proliferates, and you end up with much healthier soils. You end up with much healthier pastures or trees or vines. From that, you'll get healthier animals and food that's fit for human consumption. So we basically kick the chemicals out of the system.
Right. And this is becoming more popular in New Zealand now.
Absolutely, yeah. We're making big inroads. We've got not only our company, but we've got other companies that we've taught. We bring a guy by the name of Neil Kinsey out from the USA, and we just had a 3-day soil fertility course in the Marlborough district in Blenheim back in July. We had 70 registrations for that, and they're all new people who are just coming along to learn a new way of learning about the soil and soil fertility. So that was brilliant, and it just flat works. We've got people who now. I was just talking to one client there on Friday, having the best calving because it's springtime here in New Zealand. Having the best calving they've ever had. It's just easy because the cows are in good health. They're calving well. They don't have to assist with birth or anything like that. And he was just so relaxed. It's not funny. And normally a very stressful time for dairy farmers. Mm.
Wow. So it's so interesting how, we just improve the basics, right? We improve the soil and then everything else gets better as a result of that. So it's just like, it's the same when you're thinking about, all these people on medications covering up different problems that they've got. If you actually go back to the the root issue and fix that,
Hmm.
everything else gets better, right?
That's right. It all begins with soil health, and most people are just looking above the soil. They can only see the pasture or the grass above the soil. They don't study what's going on under the soil. So the biology down there is prolific. If you can get it humming and produce the pastures or the trees and vines with good health. Um, and a lot of it comes down to the trace minerals like the zinc and copper and cobalt and those sort of micronutrients. Um, when you get those into the right space, huge difference, huge difference in the health of whatever you might be growing.
Yeah. So on that, for your particular eating, do you have a supplier of beef that you go to that you trust, or because you're traveling around, you just have to make do with whatever's available?
With our beef, we've got a client that's basically been farming with organic principles for 30 years, and he fattens beef over on the west coast near Raglan. His daughter purchases cattle from him, and they have a portable abattoir, and so the meat that comes off that farm is just unbelievable. And so I'll purchase from them, and 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 put plenty in the deep freeze, and just I just go to where there's good butchers. We've got good artisan butchers here in New Zealand, and they buy in good carcasses, and I just go to where I know I'm going to be getting quality product. Mhm. Yeah, and same with eggs here in New Zealand. There's so many people now with the cage free, free roaming hens. We're getting very good eggs, and even the bacon that I get comes from a really good source. Mm.
And is the price of things like eggs and stuff? I know that was going crazy for a while. Has that started coming down?
It hasn't. Even the price of beef has gone up. Dairy products. Everyone raves on here in New Zealand about the price of butter because it's all gone up. But that's because our farmers are starting to do well, and the better our farmers can do, um, and the more that we export to other countries, and people are paying a higher price for, the more the price goes up here as well.
Okay. And so you were on with me about a year ago now, 11 months, 12 months ago now. Um, in the time since we last spoke, has anything changed for you? Anything changed about your diet or what you're doing?
No, I do cheat a little bit from time to time and have a bit of ice cream, um, but because we can make really good ice cream here in New Zealand, and apart from that, there's no change. From where I was 11 or 12 months ago, I'm much fitter now because I've got my dog and I'm walking. I do a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, and driving the truck keeps me fit as well, climbing in and out of it all the time. Yeah, so no, it's just I feel I'm just getting better and better.
Nice. And so like when you're driving all the time, like is this like, typical kind of when you imagine a truck driver, it's just like hours and hours and hours, or are your trips are like shorter than that?
Oh, it just depends. Last week I did a 500 kilometre day. Where I was travelling from the bottom part of the North Island to up to further north. But I average about 3,000 kilometres a month, and this truck that I've got is weighs 12 tonne empty. So it's a heavy vehicle. It's a 4x4, and yeah, just um, it's easy to drive. It's 290 horsepower with a 12-speed auto, but it's quite high to climb in and out of all the time. So that just helps keep me fit. Mm.
And just on driving around, I understand there's been a lot of flooding recently in New Zealand. Has that affected you?
It hasn't affected me at all. That flooding was on the top of the South Island, in the Nelson area and the Golden Bay region. Yeah, so they had it quite bad there for about 3 weeks, and I think that they'll still be well into recovery mode. But we do get that from time to time here. Like back in 2023, it was the east coast of the North Island and the Hawke's Bay. So I think Northland got pretty well hit back in the winter time as well. We're sort of still in winter, but the days are warming up. Springtime is not too far away.
Yeah, it looks nice and sunny out the window there.
Yeah, we have got a nice sunny day today. Yeah, yeah, after rain yesterday. Mm,
Uh-huh, nice.
mm,
So your plan is it's carnivore forever all the way for you now?
absolutely. Yeah, and I'm like a reformed smoker as well. I just can't keep my mouth shut about it when I meet people. I'm only too happy to tell them.
What kind of reactions do you get?
Well, some people just shake their heads and they just can't get over that they've got to cut um, the carbohydrates and the bread and so forth. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I'll never be able to do that." But crikey, um, uh, when if I have to go into the supermarket for cleaning products and that sort of thing, I just pass all the people in the fruit and vegetable side of things and go around to where I just stick to the outside lane of the supermarket. Yeah, there's not much on the inside that's any good for anybody.
Yeah. So if you were recommending carnivore to someone, or someone came to you for advice and they want to know how to get started, what advice or tips would you give them based on your experience?
Well, what I say to them is just give it a try for 30 days. You can't come to any harm. If you're really serious about wanting to lose weight and improve your health outcomes, get off the medication. Just do a 30-day trial, and once you get to the end of 30 days, go longer. And it just becomes a habit. Mm. So, one of my employees, I was talking to him just the other day, and he's had issues with his feet, and I said to him, "Well, mate, and he just spent $1,000 with a specialist." I said, "If you just change your lifestyle and go to carnivore, all those issues will just disappear." Mm. You're a lot younger than me too.
Yeah. And that's the amazing thing is like these things that we feel like we've got to go and see a specialist, we need to get medication or we need to get, I don't know, some kind of therapy for them. Going carnivore for a lot of these things is almost like turning off a switch.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yep. Hard to get them
Yeah.
convinced. But like I said when we first spoke, Dave, when I started studying the soils back in the early 2000s, I came across a caption for a book and it said "Cure asthma in 4 days." And I had had asthma for all of my life. For 52 years, I had had asthma, and it was the book written by Dr. Batman Galdi from Iran, whose caption was "Your body's many cries for water." So I bought the book, read it, studied it, and basically it's asthma is a state of dehydration in the body. So I started drinking water and taking salt back then, and within no time, asthma disappeared. And I haven't had it from that day to this. So that's like 23 years ago now. Um, so I was able to get off atomizers and going to the doctor, paying the doctor for him to write a prescription for me to go across to a chemist shop and get atomizers. And now I just don't need to do any of that. No need to go at all. So that was when I made an appointment after I'd cured myself of asthma. I went into the doctor and told him he was sacked. So, yeah.
Ah, that's what prompted the sacking.
Yeah.
Nice. So
So, yeah,
even if that hadn't happened back then, it probably would have happened by now, right?
exactly. Yeah. Yep. So it's going to be interesting when I do go back to get my medical, what they think, because I certainly Won't look. I won't be looking like the rest of the people in the waiting room. I can tell you. Mm.
Right. And is this kind of like they've got to do blood tests and check your cholesterol and all that kind of thing, or is it?
Yeah, they'll do blood pressure and probably go on a treadmill and check my eyesight and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's just a general. Um, you know, yeah. Here in New Zealand, you can only get your driver's license until you're 75. Then you're going to go and resit your license if you like to make sure that you're fit enough to drive a heavy vehicle or even a car. Mm.
I see. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Um, well, I hope that goes smoothly. I'm sure it will. As you say, you're going to be looking a lot different to the other people in the waiting room. So yeah, that's a good thing. Um, so Ron, if people want to reach out to you, is there any way of getting in contact?
Yeah, the best way is through my cell phone. Um, I've got a 027 289 4258, which is a +64 for New Zealand, and Ron Mack at kiwifertilizer.co.nz, or look up Kiwi Fertilizer's website, which is kiwifertilizer.co.nz, and you spell fertilizer with an S, not a Z. Mm-hmm.
No worries. I'll link to all of those in the show notes. Ron,
Mm-hmm.
thanks so much for coming back on and letting us know how things are going. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Dave.